ya. Check this out. Wow, look at this. Some pretty cool setups here. Look at this. Old backpack. I like it. Look at that. Throwback. Wow. This is really something else. It's going to be all day 11 to 3. You guys want to come on out? How y'all doing? Man, you guys got the look. Making Prince jealous. Look at that. Even brass knuckles? Check that out. How you guys doing? We're live streaming. How you guys doing? Doing well. Sorry to interrupt the festivities. Let's show all the cool people what they can see. Is that a toothbrush?
Sorry?
Is that a toothbrush?
Yeah.
Really? Man.
That's an original toilet kit.
They don't make them like they used to. Look at that. Yeah, look.
They're a lot bigger here.
I know. That's like, wow.
They have a lot of different versions, so that's just one version.
I thought everything got smaller, but I guess toothbrushes are a little different. Man. Wow, look at that. Is that goggles?
Yeah, so you saw these as civilians as well, but these are like safety goggles for the time.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like they're
Oh, okay. That's really neat. Huh? What year is that from, you think?
This is all from between 1942 and 1945.
Really?
Everything you see on these tables.
Ah. Is that a flashlight? Look at that. That's pretty cool.
I don't have batteries in it right now, but it works.
What kind of, is that C battery?
D-cell.
D-cell, really? Ah, D-cell battery. What is this, like underwear?
Yeah,
Long johns?
It's kind of like the long underwear at the time.
Ah.
Parents probably never issued.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty well, looks like it's well made. Wow. What is the deuce? Does that mean something?
It's a nickname.
Okay.
This is just like a personal effect bag. So you'd have your C bag, which is this. Everything that you would own, all your uniforms and everything would go into this bag. And you'd have a little bag like this that you could keep all your little items in.
Wow, that's really cool. That's very, wow, look, I like the pins. What are the 9 and PA? Does that mean something?
These are specific to the USS Alabama, which is a battleship down in Mobile Bay. But that particular ship, they had these called watch buttons. And so you were required, if you were on the Alabama, you were required to have this on at all times because it showed what department you were in. So this is actually for the Marine detachment here, but this is propulsion aft.
Yeah.
So it just shows what area of the ship you worked on, and then the different shapes show which watch you were on.
Oh, really?
So either first, second, or third watch. Depending on what,
is that first watch? That's why it's aimed up?
So, this is first, these two are second, and then there's another one that's third.
Wow. Gotta be careful. You could flip that one the wrong way and get in trouble, right? Now look at that. Is that actual cigarette packs?
Yeah, so
pretty
so
small.
Lucky Strikes haven't really changed. They also, this is an overseas can. The Camel cigarettes came in to protect them from getting busted, and still got the.
So that came as a cigarette, not just as tobacco?
Yeah, they actually had cigarettes that came in cans like this. You can kind of see.
No idea.
Kind of talks about it here, but yeah, kind of tells what they're talking about there.
This is very cool. Wow.
Yeah, so that way they didn't were all busted up by the time they showed up.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, yeah, that's still in pretty good shape. Wow, this is so cool. Wow.
As you get down here, this is the women in the Navy.
Oh, wow. Look at all this.
Yeah, they created the Waves, which was women accepted for volunteer emergency service, but they were in the United States Navy Reserve. Because at the time it made them feel better to think that women, it was like a temporary. It actually kept them.
Yeah.
So they were started in 1943, 42, and 86,000 women joined the Navy.
86,000?
86,000. And they were able to free up 50,000 men so they could go onto the ships or overseas to fight.
Wow.
So they learned all of the shore jobs, or onshore, what I mean. So they even did things like gunner's mates. They learned how to use the 20mm the 30 cal aerial, 50 cal, the 40mm. They did everything to make This had a reel that had like a film reel of enemy planes, and then this was a simulated with a laser gun, and that's how they would practice before they got out to do like the action.
Wow.
So they worked on the airplanes. They did a couple of them even did a bit of navigation on some of the
Wow, really?
This was their. They all wore ID bracelets. Well, it was popular to wear one. So they would have their dog tags and then also their ID bracelets.
Wow. Pretty amazing. What is this right here? Is that for like a passport?
Yeah, it's like it was her wallet, so there's her name in it. So this would be like a couple things that she'd have in her purse, obviously her lipstick.
That's like a mirror, I guess?
Her compact.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then this is the version, like he was talking about the Diddy bag.
Yeah, Diddy bag, that's what they're called? Okay. Oh. I brought my Diddy bag too.
Yeah.
It's a little different, but wow, look at that.
Like this is a cool book. This is her scrapbook. She went to Hawaii. So here they are in the barracks. You can see them in their uniforms. They got to see some of the planes, and then there's also a page. So those are flowers from Hawaii in 1945.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Flowers from Hawaii, 1945. They're so beautiful.
Honolulu at Christmas. The Navy Honolulu.
Wow.
So she saved everything in her book.
That's so cool. Did she donate this to you all?
I found this in an antique store.
Really?
Somebody was getting rid of it, and I was like, I gotta save it.
You need to get that, yeah.
So, and then the other stuff I've just pieced together and collected.
Wow. What is that? I mean, I know it's a hat, but what is
So
that?
it's also, this one's not in as good a shape, but it's a compact. So,
Wow, look at that.
But it's in the shape of the little Navy hat.
Yeah, that's so cool. Wow. There's a Bible?
Yes.
Wow.
So it has the wave symbol on it. So this was specifically for the women in the Navy.
Wow. Man. And that's a sticker? Is that a sticker?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And these, they would play cards with them, but they would learn like enemy, like this is a German dive bomber. So they're black, so you could look up in the sky, that would be the silhouette.
Wow.
So they did the same with the ships too.
That's crazy. I had no idea. Look at that. Wow, look at that. First class. Wow, look at that.
Oh, is that right?
That's amazing.
Yeah, you can look at it. It's running around.
Yeah, it reminds me. Yeah, it's an ace. There we go. An ace. Oh, wow.
So they used them to play, but they were like trying to learn to.
That's crazy. You're learning 2 for 1 on that. Wow. Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah, and they had different pillow covers that they could purchase in the PX there, and they could send them home. Like this one was mother and dad.
Yeah.
The men would sometimes buy one that said sweetheart. Like my grandfather sent one to my grandmother that was a sweetheart.
Oh, really? Wow. This is unbelievable. Wow. It's cool. You guys have done a great job with everything. You know, setting everything up. Wow. You've been all this. Right, yeah.
They didn't have a work uniform until very late. So this is actually the men's stuff that they would wear.
Really?
It was considered a work uniform when it first came out.
Wow. Oh, yeah, she's got a name. Yeah, wow.
They found out they can't do stuff like this or this in a dress. So,
Yeah.
and this was their like off their class A uniform, and then this was their work uniform.
Well, that would be scary if they were in dresses, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, I wouldn't work with. Yeah. And this was considered their class A like winter uniform.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks like it's thicker.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wool, so.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
And then I don't have one, but they had a female version, obviously, of a peacoat.
Oh, okay.
The male version of it.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Work with compared to what they got today.
I think some of the systems they had back then are a lot better than the ones we got now.
The old stuff didn't rely on technology working correctly all the time. They really learned to improvise stuff more back in those days. If it didn't function, they just figure out how to make it I didn't realize my sister was getting my computer when I was in the military.
shovel's cool. This shovel's really cool.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
I guess it had to be small. I guess it had to be small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually fixes into the pack like so.
Oh wow, look at that.
And it goes under what's called a meat can pouch.
Yeah.
And that's where you keep your mess tin. This is your messware here.
What is that?
This is your messware here. So you got all your silverware at the top. Folds over like so. And you got a little arm here you can carry it with, but it'll lock up.
And then that also goes in?
It goes in there. Your meat can pouch.
Wow. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Man, that's incredible. Wow. And then this is your backpack, right?
Yep, that's the 1928 haversack.
Oh, wow.
Basically, pretty much every single Army infantryman would carry something like this.
Really?
Yep. This standard pack, you can carry your shelter half and your tent pegs and stuff like that in it. Your tent supplies, your shovel, just the essential stuff you need for campaigning. And you can carry personal effects as well, like over here. You got your smokes and chewing gum and stuff like that, your toiletries.
What is that?
This is what's called a P38 can opener.
Oh,
So basically, this little blade here, you're gonna put this can opener on the lip of your can, and you're gonna punch through the seal, and you're gonna basically twist and turn your way around the entire can until everything.
Wow.
So you take the top off, yeah.
You have to earn it. Wow. Is that like, do you want a keychain?
You can either keep it in your pocket, or a lot of guys put on their dog tag chains.
Oh, that makes sense. I like the artwork. That's cool.
That's like basically the first meme ever made. That's Kilroy.
Really?
Yep. You can look up Kilroy, like World War II.
Yeah.
And soldiers just painted about anywhere you could look.
I've heard that name before, but I didn't know that was the first meme. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. So it's like Ziggy owes some money to Kilroy there, right?
Yeah. I think on the World War II memorial, there's a Kilroy on it. Yeah. I think so.
Wow, that's cool. So what is this? This is like a sack that the duffel bag?
This is a barracks bag. Early war, the Army really didn't spend a whole lot of money on duffel bags, if any. And so the men were just issued laundry bags, basically. It was just a sack with straps, basically. You can tighten it up, fix it up, keep your stuff in it.
That's the name of the soldiers.
Yeah, this belongs to Simon J. I don't know.
Oh, wow. Is this all Simon J stuff?
No, this is just Simon J's bag, but
yeah, that's cool, isn't it?
Uniforms in it, whatever,
Yeah. Wow. Man. So you in the military?
No, sir, I'm a living historian.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, man, very cool. Wow. You do a great job with it.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Next Friday, we're doing a show at Hodge.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're free, come on out, man.
Yeah, I'll see.
I
do Civil War reenacting as well, but I got an event next week too.
I got you.
So there's an event. The battle is called the Battle of the Armory, and it's in Tallahassee, Alabama, and it's a great display.
Wow. How does that work? You guys do the battle reenactment kind of thing?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Do you march? Really?
Well, my unit does artillery, so we get to sit on the hill and shoot rounds.
Wow. You're gonna be in one. That's the one to be in, probably. Yeah, that's wow. Is that real?
Oh no, these are inert.
Oh.
But these are just cast grenades. These are Mark II fragmentation grenades.
When they pulled the pin, how long did they have?
Well, so the Army taught their soldiers to hold the grenade in a very specific way.
Really?
Basically, keep it in the palm of your hand like so. You wrap your fingers around the spoon, and when you're ready to throw, you hold it to your chest, you pull the pin, and then you aim and throw your grenade.
It's funny, that pose you made is like the quintessential pose that you see, when they're doing art and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was like the perfect pose.
But
basically, before the fuse would go off, you had basically a two-tier safety system. First, the pin had to be pulled before the spoon could be released. And once the spoon was released, that would ignite the fuse, and that fuse would be 5 seconds long. So you had 5 seconds from when the spoon is removed, flight time for the grenade.
Really?
Or if you're clearing a room, like in a house or a bunker or something, you can pull the pin, take off the spoon, and hold it for like 3 to 4 seconds, toss it in, and the enemy really won't have time to react to a grenade being thrown in their position or whatever, and so you can get everyone in a room.
You do a good job focusing on this. Thank you for I hope I just ran up to you with a camera and like awkwardly started filming. So, but I guess you're really good.
Yeah.
That pose you did was like, man, that's like dead on the money. Wow.
There's I mean, there's all sorts of positions from like, that was just the standing one.
Yeah.
If you're kneeling, yeah, I can show you.
Yeah.
The kneeling position, throwing grenade would be like so.
To believe in yourself is such a hard way to go.
Yeah, if you
The
want.
proper way to hit the ground with your rifle.
Yeah.
So with your rifle, the infantryman was taught that basically you hear a bullet whiz past, grenade, explosion, whatever, hit the deck. So as you're running or walking, you're gonna take the butt of your rifle, you get digging into the ground, and then you're in position. And then getting up from this, you roll around and use the butt to support yourself.
I can see what you're saying. Like everything has a point.
Yeah.
Like getting down to fall, so you can like fall. Yeah. Wow. Man, that's like perfect. Wow.
Can I get your picture with my man Nate?
Of course,
I like your vibe, like your whole, You ready, Nate? Oh, he's got his breath
You
Yeah.
too.
Thank you.
There you go. All right.
Yeah. I like what you do. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, it's fun. It's pretty cool. It's neat to be jamming here. It's really neat. You want to show us some cool stuff?
Huh?
You want to show us some cool stuff?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Now that I got a camera in your face.
No, I did. So I am for 101st Airborne for the Operation Market Garden to the end of the war. This is for specifically unit-wise the 326 Airborne Engineer Battalion, the Able Company, which is the glider unit. So I guess we'll start off with uniform. I'm wearing the M43 paratrooper version, which is the entirety of Airborne got it, paratroopers and gliders. I'm wearing typical gaiters with rough outs. And then I have just a standard infantry helmet with a 326 painted on the side. And then we'll start from here. We have just a wool knit cap, and then glove inserts for your leather palm gloves. And then moving over here, I have my pistol belt with carbine pouches, and then my first aid kit with the Carlisle bandage pouch, an original one that's been unopened inside. I have a canteen with canteen cover, and then I have a British foot powder tin, which is something I traded from a Brit. I have playing cards and pictures of my girl back home, the girls back home, maybe sister.
Yeah.
Then I have just a pocket knife and a Zippo, just a typical glass Zippo. And I have these dust goggles. And moving over here, I have just a pocket Bible, because it's gonna be one of your best friends when you're sitting in a foxhole. So
Amen. Yeah.
that was a quote I read in a book: was "There's no atheist in a foxhole."
Oh wow.
And so they were just saying, everyone, once you get in the foxhole, you're gonna pray.
Amen.
But I have just a side garrison cap. There's no piping. This should just be something to be issued in training before you got a job. And then I do radio operator. That's why I have my carbine right there. So here's my PRC. I think it's PRC 25. This was the radio operators carried in World War II. It's a big pack, so we don't get a heavy gun like this brand. I would get this M1 carbine. This is the early war style, since it doesn't have a bayonet lug, and the rear sight isn't a big bulky one.
So it doesn't have a bayonet.
There's no bayonet lug on it.
Is that something you could add a bayonet? Or is
That's the late war would have bayonet lugs on it.
Oh, okay.
And then right here I have a GP bag. airborne guys would be issued these because when you drop, you don't know how long you're going to be because you're surrounded by the enemy. So you don't know how long you're going to be. So they put spare machine gun ammo, all kinds of stuff in here. Then right here, I just have an HBT cap. This is an ammo crate. This is what they put the ammo inside of. And then right here, I just have guys who wear bandanas if the wool from their shirt would irritate their neck. Then I have a musette bag. This is what paratroopers would use. It would hook onto the M36 right here. I can show you if you want me to.
Yeah, right. Show me anything you want. Yeah, this is cool. I'm gonna put this on YouTube.
Take them right here, and then you would just come over here where you have your loops, and then you would hook it in. Hook it in, and then you can hook these over here, so that way it doesn't flop around, but I don't feel like adjusting it. But then you'd put it on, you'd adjust it. Since I have a smaller figure, you'd probably get it as tight as you can. So you just adjust these straps. Then you hook it together. Shows you that bag. And then, like I said over here, I have just coffee items, letters from home, a medical tab just saying I got wounded in combat. This is what you would have on you. Really? If your medics put this on you if you got injured, so that way you told the field hospital what was wrong with you. And then a quartermaster receipt for if I borrow. This is from basic training when I borrowed stuff. They had it, so that way I would return it.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
And then later on, they would get issued stuff like the HBT jackets when they were in Germany. So I have one of these. Just random items. And over here, I have captured German items. We have a German sold book, which is what they put their. This is what German all their information would be inside of. And this is an Esbit pocket stove. That's what they would cook with.
That's a stove?
Yeah, it's a little pocket stove. There's fuel tablets, and you light it on fire.
Wow.
This is German canteen, and all these. This canteen is an Army and SS one, but these, the belt, the hat, and these are for the Air Force Luftwaffe. This is a belt. This is what they put all their equipment on. Like mine, where I put my stuff on, they put their ammo pouches and everything on this. And this is just a side cap that the Germans had.
Where's the logo? What is that?
That's just what they had on them. I don't know. I can't remember what they're called, but that's kind of everything I have out.
Wow. That's a German canteen.
Yeah, this is a German canteen.
Wow.
And this is everything I have.
Man, this is incredible. Wow.
I know, I love this radio.
So this is yours?
It's our units, but I'm the radio operator, so I operate the radio.
Does that actually work?
Sergeant! Does the radio work? Does our radio still work?
That? Yeah.
Yeah,
With the battery?
With the battery, yeah.
Really? Wow. What kind of batteries do you use?
D-cell.
Really? Wow. I would thought it'd be the same thing. Man. That's pretty cool.
Thank you so much.
Man, that is so cool that you collected all this. Wow.
Thank you.
Man. Does that hang up?
Huh?
Does the phone part of it hang up somewhere?
No, you just kind of, with this uniform set, you can just, I usually just chuck it in here.
Oh, I got you.
You can ring it.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
But thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you for everything, yeah. Wow. Yeah! We're having the same problem we were having on stage.
Yeah.
All the letters are going off.
There wasn't wind when we first got here.
I know, right?
I don't know where it came from. Oh, okay.
It started to pick up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Or
This is so cool. What is this?
It's actually one of it's a.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So they like sold little stuff like this that they could buy for their girlfriends, their moms, wives, whatever. And they would send it home. The men did. Same thing with like pillowcase.
Yeah, this is all World War II Navy.
So,
we got,
but some of the women, they would need their compact. So if they were in the Navy, yeah.
At the county seat, the Lord put me in jailhouse, looking on the street. The judge said guilty, he made his point.
some of our members will do
Said $45, 30 days in the joint.
Yes, ma'am.
Said that'd be high, shot about it.
Sometimes it's not a table.
You made your choice. Sure, plenty one.
USS Alabama, the
No
battleship.
money down, credit plan. Got no time to chase you, 'cause I'm a busy man.
So the whole idea of what we do is to preserve the history and the artifacts from the history and use it to tell the story of these people that came before us and their sacrifices. Waves magazine.
So you guys are making everybody's day.
I'm sorry?
I said, you're making like everybody's day. This is so
I'm
cool.
glad.
This is so cool.
Our Navy, the way
And telephone number
boot top view of
on laundry slip. Had a good hearted
Is that a German helmet?
No, that's actually an American one.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. It's got the early style liner in it, the Holly liner. But it's painted up like they would have on a ship.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
same exact helmet that those guys are wearing down there.
Oh, it is the same one. They just painted it. Oh, that makes sense. They have blends in with the ship. That makes sense. What is this? A gas
That's a
mask?
gas mask. They would have had these on the ship. In World War II, they thought everybody was worried about somebody using gas. Nobody did.
Yeah.
But both sides, all the sides, all issued out gas masks. But these would come in handy on the ship as well. If you had, say, there was a fire below decks or whatnot, you have a lot of chemicals and things like that going into here. So these could be used to go into a compartment, things like that. You know. So.
Amazing to see just how different gas masks look.
Yeah,
Like,
this one's still in its original package, which is kind of neat. It's still got the cloth covers over the eyepieces and whatnot.
Oh,
And there's a
okay.
canister that goes behind it. So when you'd have that on, that canister would be behind your head.
It's crazy.
It's just, there's a lot of different variations. This is just the Navy's variation of
It makes more sense when you say that because I was like, how can they see out of that?
it. Yeah, that's just
Protective-
to keep the
that
lenses from getting scratched. That's the way it would have came in this bag when it was issued.
makes- Oh, wow. That's cool.
Stuck out my
But you gotta check out Hodge. They got all sorts of cool, like,
As soon as
Oh,
I
Hodges?
see it.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been there before.
Yeah, it's really cool. We're gonna do a Veterans Day show there on
Okay,
Friday.
is that who you're with?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hang out with the boys.
Oh, cool.
Tell people about that. So. Yeah, it's cool. We got all sorts of soldiers dressed up. And
Okay, yeah, we'll have to go and check it out.
it's neat. It's really cool. What is this box? What is that?
So this is a gun sight from a 3-inch naval gun.
Really?
So it's a dead gun. You think of the big single-shot cannons on the decks of ships.
Yeah.
It would have fired a shell like that.
Oh, wow.
This is a practice shell. That's why it's got a wooden projectile on it. They would use this to practice loading drills and whatnot.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just a practice shell. So they had those during the war for loading drills and whatnot. So but the gun is actually, it's an artillery piece that would have been on the deck of a ship.
Yeah.
And so this is one of the gun sights that would have been on it.
Man,
Still in its original crate.
It's incredible that you have like brand new.
Yeah, it was obviously never used. Still strapped in there.
Man, that would make a good, like, 4 legs for a chair. Like, that chair ain't tipping over.
Oh, yeah.
If you have 4 of those, man, it's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that box is cool, too. Wow.
That's a woman's footlocker from the Navy.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, all the women's stuff. That's actually a wave's name on the front of that.
Oh, wow.
She was a storekeeper.
Oh, really?
That was what she did there in the war. Was she was a storekeeper?
Oh, wow. My parents have, like, a smaller one. I wonder if it's something in the war.
There's a lot of different variations of footlockers. This is the first one we found like this.
Oh,
We
wow.
wouldn't have even known it was a Navy waist footlocker if it didn't have our information.
Yeah, that makes
Show,
sense.
open the lid.
The one that got is probably like that, but it looks the same other than the plaque.
Kept something inside of it.
Really?
She wrote where she had it sent.
Oh, wow.
So you can see her name. If I can scoot it out. Hold on. There's her. She was at the U.S. Naval Station in New Orleans, but then they moved her out to California. So this is the original tag where she had it sent over there. Yeah. Yeah.
This is something else.
Yeah, and that's what that storekeeper. That's what that her.
Storekeeper, that's what that. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing that it's in such good condition.
I know. After all this time, yeah.
They really made stuff to last.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like really well done. Yeah. That's cool. We're actually going to trip when they see that. Yeah. It makes me think that maybe that thing we have is something to do in the military.
It might be, yeah. In World War II, there's a lot of different variations of foot lockers out there.
Yeah. My grandfather was in World War II. I wonder if it has something to do with him.
It could have.
That's cool. Yeah. We just put toilet paper in it. I got to put something cooler in it.
There you go.
Sorry, Grandpa. Well, this is cool too. Wow.
Yeah, so this is some of the cold weather gear. This is the early version of it with the blue, and then they switched over to this by the end of the war.
Oh yeah, that's the one I've seen more in like.
Yeah, so it's the same principle though. You know, it's just insulated coveralls that would go over your working uniform like what he has on.
Oh, okay. Wow, they went over that.
Yeah, so you know, if you're out in the North Atlantic, whatnot, you know, I mean, it's snowing and there's ice on the decks and everything else. And you got the head cover and whatnot, it's still marked and whatnot.
It's better made than the stuff you get nowadays.
Stuff's warm.
Yeah, I bet. Look how thick it is.
Yeah, if we were to replace this zipper, the thing would be in pretty darn good shape.
Best I've seen that thick of a jacket. It's like a starter sports jacket for the 90s, maybe?
Kind of, yeah. It's got the wool lining and insulated.
What is this?
So this is actually a reproduction of the life jackets that they used to wear. So this is
Really?
called the K-Pop life jacket. And so they were pretty good for a little while, but if you're in the water for too long, they tended to get real heavy, start weighing you down. They'd start losing some of their buoyancy. They also had these, which is a life belt. It has CO2 cartridges in it, so when you wear it around your waist, and you can pop those CO2 cartridges and the thing will inflate.
Really? Wow. That's pretty cool.
So if you were working on like a flight deck or something like that on an aircraft carrier, this would be easier to work in than something like this would be.
I imagine.
If you happen to fall overboard or something like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I went on an aircraft. My dad worked at the shipyard when I was a kid, and they took us on an aircraft carrier once.
Yeah.
And the wind was like, I was a little kid. He's grabbing me. I'm flying.
Yeah, especially today with the jets. Of course, at this time it was all prop planes, but still, you're catching a good bit of wind up there. And this is some of the rain gear. The old nor'easter hats, which has been used by fishermen and stuff forever, but they were using them in World War II as well.
Yeah.
And then just your regular bib overalls, and it's like a basic rain jacket, basically.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then this is your dungaree jacket, which goes with this uniform that he's wearing.
So it looks like that would go with that.
Yeah, it's just basically like a jean jacket.
Yeah.
And then this is a little bit thicker. It's kind of like a windbreaker. It's just got a little bit of wool lining in it, but it's not that thick. So.
Is it hard to get like clothing? Or how do you go about getting?
It can be, and it can get pricey too.
I bet. Yeah.
You have to piece things together sometimes. Like if you know all the parts to this uniform. You might find a piece here and a piece there, and you just slowly put it together, and that's how these collections come together.
That's what it is, yeah. It's cool. Is this your personal collection?
Yes, sir. It is. Well, mine and my wife's. My wife has all the women's stuff down at the end. So.
Oh, you guys, it's for your team.
Yeah. We enjoy history together, so it's
That's
fun.
really cool. Do you ever do any reenactments or anything?
Oh, yeah. So, we do a lot of this kind of stuff, but then sometimes we're in the field, and we'll all do the same impression, the guys. We'll actually be in the field, do the blanks and all that kind of stuff. So,
wow.
Yeah,
You've been on YouTube or anything like that? Do you have a channel?
I don't have a YouTube channel. No.
Okay.
I mean, we've probably been in some videos before.
I bet. Yeah, I have to look and see.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Because there's World War II reenactments that go on all over the country. You can look them up, depending on what it is. But yeah, you get to do some cool stuff.
What have they got in Georgia? Have they got anything close to us?
Well, there's a big one every October now. It's called World War II Heritage Days. It's at Peachtree City. You know where that's at?
Oh, yeah.
Just south of Atlanta. They do a big one, and we'll do battle reenactments and stuff there for the public, so you can watch it and stuff like that. Demonstrations. They got the aircraft there.
That's pretty cool.
So they'll be flying those and stuff. So it's cool.
You gotta hide the go-karts. So
that's a go-kart. It's down at the airport down there at Falcon Field.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the home base to some of these World War II aircraft that they've restored. And so the event really is a fundraiser for those aircraft. Is what they do.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty big though.
That's neat that I wouldn't have thought of putting that together as a fundraiser, but that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, they're able to highlight their aircraft, and then groups like ours come in. We'll set up camps or whatever they want us to do, demonstrations, and fire the guns and all that kind of stuff, and
That's really
draws
cool.
people in. So.
Yeah, you might think about doing like a YouTube channel. I mean,
Yeah, I guess that's what you do, right?
It's what I do for fun. Yeah,
Okay.
The jackass of all trades is mine. But I do a little bit of everything. So,
Right,
but I bet you, I mean, you got a very, you got an audience that would be interested in this.
Sure, yeah, never really thought about it.
I would, yeah, you never know. Nowadays, that could be like a way to, get your name out there even more. So.
How'd you think about that?
I'll put this on YouTube. Is there like a website people can go to find out your information?
Yeah, we're called Kelly Zeros. They're out of cards.
Okay.
I think we've given all of our cards.
No, that's fine. What's it called though?
It's called Kelly's Zeros.
Kelly Zeros. Like Kelly Zeros, but Kelly Zeros?
But Kelly Zeros,
I like
yes.
it.
So, yeah, the whole idea is because we're zeros compared to the heroes.
Okay.
So, that was how we came up with the name. And it's a catchy name, too, so people tend to remember it.
I like it, yeah, that makes sense.
But we have a Facebook page and an Instagram
okay.
page. My wife actually runs the Instagram page.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll find those and I'll tag you on this video. And put all your information and stuff
Okay,
in
well, I
there.
appreciate it.
This is really cool. This is really cool. Thank you for everything.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
Walk around and film some more, yeah. This is
So you'd run a cable back into what they call a clacker, and so whenever you would they'd probe your line at nights and stuff, you could hit it and it would send out a wall of shot. You'd have them overlapping, so the fields of fire, when you clacked them, it would interlock, and so there would be a impenetrable wall of BBs. So one vet told me, he said, we realized that the VC would come up at night and they'd turn the claymores around and face our lines, and then they'd tug on the wire, and then we'd clack them and it'd blow back at us. So what we started doing was we'd turn them facing us, and the VC would come up and they'd turn them back around and they'd get a face full of shot.
I want to take a minute to recognize
but these bags
some
made
very
great
special veterans
ammunition carriers
that we have with us
the,
today.
By the end of Vietnam, everything was high-speed, low-drag.
A couple that weren't able to make it, but their family wanted to make sure they were mentioned. Walter Bear Jr., Vietnam veteran, United States Marine Corps. Give him a round of applause.
Fill up a Claymore bag.
Yeah!
Fill up a Claymore
Walter
bag full
Bear
of magazines.
Sr., Army, both Korea and World War II.
Probably talked to some vets who
Yeah!
they're
Major
critical
Kevin
guys. Their machine
Matthews,
gunner was a critical
Army
guy.
Ranger, Mogadishu.
But everybody in Vietnam in
Michael
an infantry
Baer,
unit
United
would
States
carry
Marine Corps, and
ammunition
Anthony
for the M60
Cantinella,
machine
United
guns.
States
Every
Army.
guy would either take but you see belts of ammo?
Yes, but
I introduced this gentleman earlier, but Commander Walt Cusick, United States Army, he's out there. Raise your hand, Commander.
Oh, yes.
Pete
This is
United
just for a
States
more
Army,
stable shooting
Vietnam
platform.
veteran.
But if you're on the move,
and I heard one guy saying he could.
His son Stephen
yeah, so
United States
so a lot of guys
Marine
didn't get issued a sling. They take this paracord, and
Our
they didn't
very
put it on
own
the
Cobb
ferrules.
County District
They
Attorney
put it on
Glenn
the
Brody Jr.
front side
was
on the
here
butt
earlier.
stock.
He's United
Because
States
if you're like
Army.
this,
He's
you
a
can sit there on the
combat veteran,
march.
retired
And
United
you're right. I
States
can shoot
Army.
from the hip, and it's just comfortable. It's comfortable
Mike
to sit there and
Patelis,
hold.
United States Army, Vietnam
yeah,
veteran. Where's Mike at? There he is over there.
But yeah, I mean, you gotta carry Vietnam. You gotta carry
John
ammunition
Drew,
for
is he
your
still
weapon,
here?
but then
United
also for the
States
M60.
Army,
So
Vietnam
everybody had
veteran.
an ammo can, or they'd choose to drop the ammo can, and they'd put
John
that's why you
Butler,
see everybody
United
wearing
States
those belts
Army,
of ammo.
Vietnam veteran.
Yeah!
Matthew
so that's what
Woody,
that is.
United States
This
Air
is a stand.
Force.
There's the bipod.
No kidding. Wow.
General James David, United States Army, and I'm about to introduce this gentleman again in a minute.
Thanks for sharing your story, too.
Colonel Ed Bruce,
So-
United States Air Force, and Carolyn Burton with
Man,
United
this is
States
super
Navy.
cool. Oh, the stuff you have. Wow. What is this, an M16?
Amy
The
Stevens with United
M16A1,
States
so-
Navy. Is Amy
A1,
still
wow.
here?
So it's got a 20-round magazine.
Karen Skelly, also United
The
States
steak
Navy.
sauce of machine guns. Huh? Holy moly, wow.
Today is
You said
important
20 rounds?
because
Yeah, they had the
not
20
only the
rounds
Georgia
in Vietnam.
Tennessee game
Towards the end of
on
Vietnam,
in
they
just a
started
little
coming
while.
out with the 30 rounds that everybody's used to nowadays.
With a little
So
longer,
you started seeing them phased into infantry units for like
but
long
today
range
is very
patrols.
important
Each guy would
because
get like one 30-round
it takes
magazine,
each
and
of
so he'd
us
carry that
just
for long
20
patrols.
seconds
Really?
So
to
that's
say
when that
thank
started to
you
come out, and then of
to
course
the men and women who have served
when we
our country.
adapted and went to the
It affects every one of
M16A2,
us.
like in the Gulf War,
We're all
everyone had
Americans,
30-round
we're all
magazines.
here,
These
and they
were
sacrifice for us. So please, and if you
they were
have children
obsolete,
with you,
so-
walk up and
Really?
introduce them to a veteran. and
That's crazy. I guess
explained
that's the one that's a
this
little
man or
turned.
woman
The 30, yeah, I've seen that
exactly.
one before.
Got a
Yeah.
little bit of a bit,
military
not
to
like the
make our
AKs with
country
the
a better
banana clip.
place.
It's just
So if you all
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
introduce the next
So,
gentleman,
but yeah.
I
if
didn't
you would join
realize
me in a
that
round
because of the war,
applause.
they switched it out
Raise
to
your
get 10
glass
more
to the men and
bullets.
women who serve
Yeah.
And
the
this one
United
was
States
made.
of
This one is
America
made to
through
look
all
like
of the
it
military
was made by
branches.
General Motors. General Motors
Really?
had a
What?
GM Hydromatic
General
Corps. They had a contract
We
with
thank
making
you very much
these.
for your service.
So,
Now
but
it's
you
my
know,
pleasure
during
to
World War
introduce
II,
a friend
a lot of
and
companies
member,
made things like
Junior
Singer
Vice
sewing
Commander
machines,
at
made
American
rifles,
Legion Post
Postmasters
29,
made rifles.
retired General Tom Blackstock.
Camping equipment places started making tents.
Wow.
Yeah, car
Thanks, Kim.
manufacturers made jeeps and
I want
planes
to
and tanks. So
echo
everybody put
the
towards it.
earlier
So this
thanks
was
that we've given
not
to
nearly as
Kim,
large scale
all
as
the
World
great
War
team
II.
that she has, Ignite
But Vietnam,
Military
you
Care,
did see,
all
you
the
know,
people who
companies
had a
were
part
making
in making this such a great day. This is a
products
great
for the
event.
military.
Thank you
Makes
all
sense.
for coming
Everyday
out.
companies.
Yeah.
We
Switch
I've
over
spent
and
a lot of time in uniform,
yeah,
and
start
it's
working
easy
on that.
to
Wow.
identify
It's
the
interesting
people in
to
uniform and
like
say,
this
hey, thanks for your service.
that they got set up
People
there.
that don't
Oh, you talking
get
about
thanks
the,
sometimes
Yeah,
because they
Yeah,
don't necessarily
a lot
have
of vets,
the-
they said that
the
they just didn't get
uniform
issued these
on, 'cause all of
get
our
slings,
families.
and even when
So
they
I'd
did
like
have
to say a
slings, they
special
put
thank
it
you
up
this
here on this,
afternoon to
this
the many family
front sight.
members
They
who
put it
also
on their butt
serve.
stock so they can
To
carry
make
it.
it possible
They
for
can
us
carry
to-
it, you know, down by their sides.
It looked like that was pretty good balance for you. Yeah.
It was, yeah. So that,
I
but
spent
you know,
a lot
if you
of
had it
years
right
in the guard
here,
in Georgia,
swivel, it
to
wouldn't
employers that allow
bend
their
around. It
guardsmen
wouldn't
and
be
reservists to
comfortable.
go and do the things that we've done.
How much does that weigh?
About 5 to 6 pounds, as opposed to the one Garand, about 10 pounds fully loaded. This is all aluminum and this is all plastic. So,
Take
Really?
care
It's
of
plastic?
it's plastic. This is original Vietnam. They call it furniture.
And thank you to
On
such
an
a great
M16 or an
community for
AR-15,
providing the kind of
they call it
support that you
furniture.
do
So
to
your
service
hand
members
grips, your
all over
butt
the
stock,
country.
they call it furniture. So
I'm here
wow.
today
that's
Never heard
original
of this.
Vietnam. This is a reproduction that I made
You made this?
I built this from parts. So it was
Wow.
Please come out.
It was an 80% lower, and I milled it out with a jig, and then put the parts in it. And then when it was bare aluminum, I used a car battery and acid. You use white vinegar and salt with a Q-tip, and then you put one electrode on the as a ground, and the other you put the Q-tip in it, and so you get a vinyl decal of what you want etched on there. And in this case, it was what they call the roll marks.
Yeah.
And you just dip it in that solution, and it'll bubble and smoke and turn black, and it's as the electrons flow from one to the other, it takes some of that aluminum with it. So only the exposed metal will eat away, and that's why you got the roll marks on it. It eats away. Acid etching is what it's called.
Do you have to wear like a mask or anything when you do that?
It's preferred to do it in a ventilated area. I didn't wear a mask, but should have.
Yeah.
But I had a fan blowing on me to keep the fumes not in my face.
That's good thinking, yeah.
Yeah, but
Wow.
I'm sure everyone's been really interested in my Pall Mall cigarettes. I'm sure
Yeah,
you've seen
look at
cigarettes.
this. Wow.
These were issued in your C rations.
Okay. Really? That was just issued?
They issued to
Soldier issued, really?
World War II. They've been doing that, and so a lot of guys talked about. They knew they had a World War II C ration because in Vietnam they were still eating World War II leftover stuff,
Really?
rations. And they said that the
Like
Lucky
Twinkies.
Strike cigarettes, their packs were green in World War II. And they said, yeah, we could tell we had a World War II ration when we got the green cigarette pack.
No kidding.
But
wow.
and then they said another vet I actually talked to today. He said no one smoked Salem cigarettes. They hated them. And so when you get them in your K-Rats, you take your Salems and you'd save them, and you could pay off Vietnamese, South Vietnamese. You could buy a whole village with a carton of Salem cigarettes.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
this is called a Chu Hoi bag, and Chu Hoi is Vietnamese for give up. It's Chu Hoi. And
Really?
yeah, so our ammunition would come in this, and when we load up magazines, you'd open it, load up the magazine, and throw this on the ground. So when the enemy picked this up, they'd read it's kind of a surrender message. Like, we got you outgunned, surrender. But a lot of GIs, they had this metal tab that you could open and close, and it kept things waterproof. So you put your cigarettes, your matches, toilet paper, letters, stuff like that in there. It became a necessity.
I bet, yeah.
So,
what else in there? What else is in
I
there?
got toilet paper,
That's
matches.
toilet paper?
Yeah, toilet paper. It would come in your C rations. It'd come in a can of accessories, and you'd open it up, have your smoke, matches, toilet paper. I usually keep a lighter in here. And then
Like a Zippo?
Zippo.
Yeah. I didn't realize toilet paper came like that. Wow.
Yeah, you know, unfold it. That's how that comes in all. It still comes like that in our MREs that the modern military eats. They still have toilet paper rolls, MREs.
Looks like that?
Like that, yeah.
Wow.
And the matches are the same way.
That's really cool. I had no idea. I had no idea they had like, we're using waterproof bags and stuff, man.
Yeah.
They,
so it's kind of one of those GI things where they take it and they would
you don't get those details in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
you know,
improvise.
But that's cool that it's like, wow.
This is my uncle. He was in Vietnam.
Really? This is your uncle?
He was during the Vietnam War. He actually was in Korea, and he his name was Ray Kugler, and he loaded ordnance onto aircraft. And so he was getting out in '71 in May, and so this cartoon, Short Timer, they talk about it.
Short Timer.
Short Timer. So when you're in the Nam, you have a certain amount of time you got to serve before you can go home. And so when you got to where you're about to leave, it was like within 2 weeks notice. You going home, they called you a short timer. You've been there, you've seen it.
Wow.
When everyone got really superstitious, because a lot of short timer guys, right when they're about to go home, they'd end up getting killed. And so once you got short time, you were sweating bullets because it was so close to going home.
I bet, yeah. But finally at the end, you know.
Yeah, so he graffitied all this is stuff he did when he was in.
Man, how did they, what did they use to do the flowers and stuff?
I'm sure he used a Sharpie. In World War II, a lot of guys used either black paint or boot polish. Black boot polish makes a great stencil.
Huh. Man, short timers. Did he make it out?
He made it out. He wasn't in the combat zone. He was in Korea. So all the planes, the Air Force planes, Army's planes flying from Korea to Vietnam, he was loading them up. He would load up ordnance and stuff. So he didn't actually get in. He wasn't in the Nam. So he got out. But he he worked and then he'd go hit up bars and stuff. So he just kind of had a fairly easy life over there.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes, sir.
That's crazy. That's like awesome and terrifying at the same time.
Yeah, short time.
Like you're about to make it, but then you never,
Yeah. Wow. But I've seen that cartoon a couple times.
I've never seen that. I never knew about that. Wow. But that makes sense. That's why his eyes are so, wow, it's a trip. You're going to send me down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I went down there, too, one day. There was a bunch of phrases they were talking about being short timer. I wish I could remember them. Yeah. But they were talking about, being a short timer.
Man, that's a different kind of, I was nervous to come here and play music, but that's a different kind of nervous. Like, that's a whole nother, you can get over this. That's like, Man, this is cool. You guys did excellent job. Also teaching. Thank you for teaching.
We're happy to do it.
So, if you can make it out, we're doing a show at Hodge on Friday. For Veterans Day. Come on out and join us. All right, cool. Awesome. Hey, thank you for everything.
Yes, sir.
So I appreciate it. Thank you.